Hello everyone, this is Modified Darvas Box, MDB, and I'm coming at you here on today, January 27th. It's 12:34 p.m. as we can see down here on my computer, and I'm here to do another weekend review, and I'm excited about this one because we got football later today, and the market has been pretty good. But I'm also identifying certain things where, okay, yeah, maybe things are going to change, and change always happens. But so long as we're prepared, we can get through it, and hopefully make some money and keep going and going. All right. So anybody who has never watched me, uh, I'm just an individual trader. I've been doing this for like over 25 years, and I created a very unique trading system based off the book How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvas. I think it's a wonderful book. Go on Amazon, buy it, read it, and take it seriously. On my charts here, I've got 6 different lists here, which I rearrange stock symbols, and I'm constantly moving them around. And on the charts, you can see I've got lots of colors and different formations, box formations. And basically, I'm looking for signals which will guide my trading behavior. Signals to buy, signals to sell, signals to watch out. And then what's most important is what is the reaction to the signal. Because just because a signal occurs doesn't mean the market is going to change. So we want to see the reaction. And it's very easy once you understand these to understand what the market is doing, and then you can interpret things in a much more correct manner, because that's all we're doing looking at charts is we're trying to interpret what is going on. All right, so let's get into it. So list one here, indexes. We always start with the AMZ, and look right here, we've got a Darvas box breakout. These are energy MLPs. They're very good for income. I know some of these because I have them in my income portfolio, and they're fantastic when they go up because they also pay dividends either monthly or quarterly. But look at this. To me, I interpret this action is that energy prices are probably going to be going up, oil and gas. So, the Middle East, who knows what's going on, but we may be paying more at the pump. Let's see what else is going on here. ARC. I always keep an eye on this because if Kathy Wood can make money, then we're all making money. It's so bad we beat up on her, but oh well, she's made more than enough money. She can handle the abuse. So we see here we've got a potential box forming. Now I drew this when I probably didn't have to because the low of the box, the high of the box is generally pretty set right here. The low of the box is it's a little hard to say. It probably needs one more week before it really firms up. But I went ahead and just drew something. But technically, the way I run my system, I wouldn't have this here. I'd wait a couple more weeks for the lows to be set. And that's straight from the book. Darvas came up with a method of pegging the highs and then pegging the lows of the box. And I've simply adapted it to my purposes. Here is BZJ oil. You can see there's a strong rebound in oil. It's not necessarily going to new highs yet, but that looks pretty strong. It was looking bearish. Now all of a sudden, boom, the bulls took it back up. Not a signal I would buy, but when correlated with other energy stocks, MLPs, etc., you can start building a picture of what's going on. The NASDAQ here has been running for 12 weeks. And I pointed this out that's 1 quarter. If you're an investment manager and you've had stocks running for a quarter, are you going to sell some, book some gains, make sure you get paid? Or are you going to risk it and maybe having the gains go away and not get paid? My money's on the fact that maybe they'll take some off the table because they want to get paid. But look here, if we count, start right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, well, we'll see if next week keeps going up, or are we going to see a little bit of change of character? I don't know. We'll find out. Ethereum, See, here's some colors. This color here means a hammer bar. The way you would trade this is if you see that signal, just draw a line across the top. If it hits that, that's your trigger. Buy it. That would be bullish. The prior color was gray, which is an inside weak, and that sort of means indecision. And basically, when you see that, you don't have to trade them, but it's a signal, and it's basically, well, you'd go short, either sell or go short if it hits the bottom. But look what happened. It did trigger it down short, but then the bulls came right back in and bought it right back up. Okay. Signal, and then reaction to signal. And the bears got the reaction they were looking for, but it didn't stick. So you have to take that into account. Now, if you're long this, maybe you use the weekly moving average as your guide and don't care about any of this. Or if you're an active trader, you're trying to surf these different waves. It's all about how you make your strategy. But this is a signal, and then we interpret off of it. Now, it doesn't mean that this signal is going to trigger long, because the price could still hang out down here, but that's how we keep an eye on things. There's a breakout, but look, low volume. To me, that's weak. What I want to see is strong volume. What is this, China? Look at that. China hits the bottom of its box range, and there's buyers there. Who says big boys don't do charting? They do. They do indeed. Here's Bitcoin. So I posted on this on Twitter. I bought it here. I sold it here. Basically because I saw what's called a shooter signal. It's an inverse hammer. We went to an inside week, then a hammer. So bullish resolution, a hammer, more bullish resolution. But then this bar right here is kind of bearish. But so you wait and see. Then you had this big red volume. Now I probably should have waited for it to finish out, but basically I said, screw it, let's take the money, because you got this big red. Well, look what happened. It came down some and then went right back up. This may have more to run on the upside, but at the moment I am out. But if it keeps going, I'm going to feel really stupid. But hey, when you see the money and it's there, it doesn't hurt to take the money. The key thing, if you're going to play in the market, is actually don't lose money. Whatever you do, don't lose money. That's the whole goal. Make money, don't lose money. All right, let's see here. Gold. I used to like this gold, but it just doesn't go anywhere. But we got an inside week, so maybe it'll break bullish right there, or maybe it'll break bearish. I don't freaking know. But either way, if you're really interested in gold, well, that's how you trade it. You'd go with the flow, whichever direction it hits, either buy or sell it. High yield bonds coming up, yellow bar. It all corresponds to the big rally we've had. Yeah, more bullishness. This one here, housing, ITB, pink bar signal. That means pay attention. Sit up and pay attention. Maybe you want to draw a line across the bottom or even the top. But it means the big boys, all of a sudden, they've done nothing during this whole period. Now, all of a sudden, they decided to act. Why did they decide to act? Well, I don't know why they decided to act, but they did, and we need to pay attention and see what happens now that they've taken some action. Is the market going to say, no big deal, take it higher? Or is the market going to say, maybe the research really does suggest that it's time to step away? I don't know. But we'll find out next week when we see the reaction to the signal. But take note of that. Housing, that's a warning shot. And not all warning shots pan out. Like on this chart, there was one here. There was one here. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's the reaction to the signal. That's really more important. This one, just going sideways. See, I prematurely drew a box here, but this seems more likely to stick like that, so I'm going to leave it. IWM, why people are talking about this, I just don't understand it. It's just a big nothing burger. Well, it is what it is. Healthcare, yep. Healthcare moving up, but no real signals there. One of the things by using color-based signals is I can whip through charts pretty darn fast. That's why I'm targeting this video at 30 minutes so that we can get through it fast and not waste time. Yeah, keep going. Any signals here? So here's more gold. I had this, I bought it here, I sold it in here. It just wasn't moving and doing anything. I had better uses for the money. But bullish signal, it did not trigger, and then it simply formed an inside week. Maybe it goes this week. I don't know. NASDAQ, oh, QQQ. There's that funky little, it's sort of like an inverted hammer bar, a shooter, which is sort of bearish, but it's not really. It's just sort of, well, it's a little odd. But there's that start of the rally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 weeks. Maybe investment managers are going to take some profits here. I don't know. RSP, in a box. Doing anything. This one, interest rates, nothing. Oh, there we go. Here's a valid signal right in here. SMH, semiconductors. Could this be the cap on the rally? Well, there's a bearish shooter bar signal. Put the line across the bottom. Basically, if you're looking at taking profits, well, there's your trigger right there. If it hits next week, hits there, sell it. If you want to short it, short it. But that's a signal showing up crystal clear on my charts. S&P 500 moving up. Sentiment, sentiment sort of medium. Nothing crazy on sentiment either on this view or even on this view. So sentiment has gone from raging red hot bullish right in here, and now it's cooled off to a more reasonable sort of mid-range. It's good. You don't want sentiment too high, because then the odds of a reversal in the other direction as the market punishes people. And we try to avoid getting punished because it sucks. This one, nothing going on. TLT, look at that. This big rally. Oh, it's coming back in. Interest rates going back up a bit. This one, uranium, down, then straight up, and now pulling back down. How frustrating is that to trade? You know, I keep an eye on it, but I don't trade it. It's too hard. Try and make it as easy as possible. That's how I go. Oh, here we go. Home Builders ETF. Pink bar showing on this one as well. Again, it's not sell everything. What it means is sit up and pay attention. Watch it more carefully than you would other stuff. XLE Energy. Almost a confirmed box breakdown, but then the bulls take it right back up. And as we've seen in the other energy charts, this might start moving higher. I just messed this one up. Yeah, I guess right there. If you draw boxes on your charts, you don't need to be super precise. They can look like this, or, you know, you'll figure out your own method of doing it. But again, you don't have to be super precise. It's just a framing tool. It's to give frame to the structure of the market and what's going on. And then you see a breakout right here. That's financials, not really interested, but it's a breakout. All right, let's look at list 2, which is textbook breakouts and what I consider to be the strongest stocks in the market. Stocks come and go on this list all the time. Let's see, Airbnb, box breakout on volume. Okay. AMD, there's that magnificent run. But look here, all the volume's pouring in here. Are these the late tail end Charlies, the chasers? I don't know. But if these are the chasers, well, they're going to get effed if this comes back down like that. They'll have waited 10 weeks. They finally buy in, only to get screwed. Happens again and again. This one looks great. Nothing there. Box breakout on APP. I did not buy this, but I'm making a note of it. Look at all these wonderful green bars. This is probably going to be a great trade. Maybe we should buy it. I don't know. It's a $15 billion market cap. 347 million shares outstanding. Wish it was less. So it's a big company, but this looks great to me. Broadcom here, there. Look at that. Another potential shooter bar. Volume was a little low, but see how these flash signals start when they all start flashing on all the charts. You know something's up. But what's weird is you get Berkshire Hathaway, a giant company in its own right, and this is a box breakout. Look at that. So mainstream America is catching up to technology America. So technology America may take a break while mainstream America catches up. That's a reasonable hypothesis, I guess. Coal, BTU, look at that. Box breakout last week and some big volume here. If energy prices are going to be rising, sure, why not? This will probably be a good probability trade. There's that uranium, box breakout, pulled back. But energy may be coming as a theme here for later this year. Dash, I'm long this one. I bought it back in here. Bought it, sold it, and then the second buy was the one that stuck. But yeah, that looks like a nice trend. Dual, you know, this one shouldn't even be on this list anymore. We had a breakout here. It's come up, and now look, it's given a ton back. How frustrating is that? It's given 240, 50 points back. What a bitch. But I usually remove them when they form a new box. This is one I love. I love me some Donny Boy. Dwack Attack. So I bought this. I saw the breakout. I saw what's called goalpost volume here. Goalpost because it looks like goalposts at the football game. And I bought in here because I figured I should buy some. And it moved really fast too. And I didn't think it was the greatest spot, but man, look at this week here. Did I sell it when it was up here at 58? Of course not. I thought maybe it'll go higher. And it turned in a blink of an eye too. I mean, fast movers are hard to capture the precise spots. But at the moment, this is long and looking like it wants to go higher. There are no signals to sell at the moment. If your strategy is like day trading or whatever, I can't help you. But this is reasonable to buy some here and just let it do its thing. Don't micromanage the trade. Let it breathe. ELF, I'm long from here. Lovely trade. I love this one. This concerns me a little bit. See this big red bar? We had red volume here, red volume here. But the trend still looks kind of up. So I've got alerts down in here, but otherwise, I've got enough profit. We'll let it run. Box breakout. Oh, pull back here. God, if only I don't have it, but if only this looks stronger. There's that Ethereum, Bitcoin. Geo, nice box breakout, but it's also flashing a color signal of a shooter bar potential. Well, this isn't my favorite stock, but it's bullish. Look at this, green, tons of green bars. Yeah, no reason to sell it. This one, another tech stock doing great. Remember, tech has been doing great the last 12 months, so it'd be shocking if you saw a horrible one. This one is one I went long here way back in August. Big pink bar signal. I took off half right in here, the red, and now I've got the other half, and I'm hoping this keeps going way up higher here, but to me this was a prudent, to take off some. You've got a signal. It would just be horrible if it came all the way back down and I didn't do anything. So lock in some gains and then see what happens with the rest. Make it easy on yourself. Microsoft, yep. Tech leading the way. Netflix, I own Netflix. Look at that. Lovely earnings reaction. Is there any reason I should sell Netflix? Absolutely not. Just sit and let it do its thing. NVIDIA, box breakout, sit and let it do its thing. Everybody thinks you need to trade like every day. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. No. Buy it off a valid signal or a valid pattern and then sit and let it do its thing. You'll be amazed how much easier trading is when you do that. And W going higher. Pad. This one should not be on this list because it's formed a box. We got a bear signal and I just don't like it. So I'm going to take it off the list and let's put it, I don't even like this one. Let's just get rid of it. RMBS. Oh, box breakout here, but it's not a textbook one. It doesn't have the volume. So we're going to move this to list 3. SMCI, I'm along this one. Look at all the lovely green volume. Biggest green volume ever. The future is bright on this one. Buy it and stay long. And you see in here, I bought it, I sold it, and then I had to rebuy it again. What a pisser. But hey, that's how trading goes. Sometimes you need to buy it a few times. And if you notice down here, this is where I farted around with it before, and then it went on this huge run and I missed the whole thing. So if you can buy something, you know, read the signals and then get in and then just sit, you might be rewarded nicely. 2 box breakouts, one here, one here. A little potential shooter on the color, but this is not my first choice stock anyways, just keeping an eye on it. Sting, this is oil tankers. I've always liked this one, but we had a signal here, a breakout, and look how it's sort of gone, and now it's really beginning to move. But I do not own it, but it's looking good. Uber, now at its all-time highs. I bought it here, I sold it here. I really should not have sold it, but oh well. Uber's doing great. All right, let's look at list 3, which are bullish, but are not perfect. Big pink bar here with a failure. This one almost really isn't all that bullish. We should change this. We'll move to number 4, bearish thrust. This one, well, you had a signal here that's sort of there, and it's sort of forming a box here. This one, if you bought it down here, the breakout is not on big volume. The big volume came in here. So you know what? On this one, if you were long it, I think you got a tough one here. So hopefully you trade it well. This one's doing great. Any signals? Coin. I'm still short on coin. I went short here on the obvious shooter bar signal. It went straight up, hit the shooter, and then I shorted it right there. And now we've got a potential. There's my potential stop out. I have an open short on coin, but if coin triggers to the upside, that's where I'm getting out. Right at the 130, call it 132. And I'm going to set that order up later today. I've got alerts, like text message alerts, but I'll put in a hard stop on that one. And I'm hoping coin breaks down, keeps going down. But if it goes up, then it'll be a nice successful trade. You know, from around 170 to about 130. That's good money. Good money if you can get it. Crocs right here. Yellow bar signal, that's bullish, but it's still sort of forming a box. Here's one to keep an eye on. Carvana. I sold my car to Carvana. I thought it was a great experience, but the car market is hard, I guess, right now. So I just don't see any signals on here or the box. In fact, this probably shouldn't be here. It's not that bullish. Let's put it just in watching. The Dogger, D-Dog, pink bar signal. I think that may be it for that one. I'm prematurely putting it into the bearish list. Oh, Dell. Moving higher. DKNG. Big rebound, but still in the box. I guess you call that developing. Google moving higher. MNDY, I own this from right here. It keeps going up nicely. Just sit and let it do its thing. Here's the signal on Qualcomm. Shooter bar. Notice how we're starting to see these shooter bars show up. They're not very clear on the NASDAQ, but that's pretty clear here. Notice when we start to see a lot of this stuff, there may be time for a change. And that's how we can generate conclusions based off of looking at a bunch of different charts. Shop till you drop. Well, looking okay. BRT. No real big signals here that I would trade off of. You could trade short Qualcomm, but Qualcomm's not that exciting a company right now. Okay, look at this, Apple. Does that look like a bearish shooter bar to you? Does to me, which suggests that the move next week is going to be down. If Apple goes down, then it means a lot of stocks are going to be down. It's the biggest stock in the market. So you see how we can tie in other factors and other charts and now tie it into this? What's the probability market's going to be down next week? I'd say it's definitely rising. We had a bearish white bar signal here, but it didn't continue. Instead, it went to an inside week. Then a blue bar signal here, which means sort of excess optimism. Blue bars tend to be followed by red weeks afterwards because they run out of buyers. So here, this tells me the odds of a down week are rising. Sell H, white bar sell signal. This could be a short with a box breakdown, but we don't know. To me, it's just an avoid. There's D-Dog, EMPH. Any other signals? Tesla. I'm short Tesla. The stock did nothing the last 12 weeks during this huge rally. Look at this, did nothing. In fact, it couldn't, this bearish white bar signal, it couldn't even close above it. That there, ladies and gentlemen, is weak. So yeah, when it approached the bottom of the box, easy call to start initiating a short. Also easy when you look at the monthly. Oh, look what we got here, monthly box breakdown. So easy to initiate a short here and then add to it here to build on it. And now I will bet it might have a date with 100 to match up down here. Between 100 and 110, that would be my initial target. Maybe here at 150, but if the car market really is getting tough, sure, why not 100? I'm also short Upstart, because if the car market is getting weak, well, so's this one, because I know what they do. I was long it here on the yellow bar buy signal. Yeah, we got this good volume, but then it had the bearish shooter bar here. I sold in there, I shorted in here, and now I've been short. This bar kind of scared me, but now I've got a signal, and that signal is indicating more down. It's a bearish shooter bar. So bearish shooter here, bearish shooter here. Why should I cover this short? There's no reason to do that. If Tesla's going down, if the car market's going down, this one's going to go down also. So you see, this is how you can build your ideas. Oh, we need to speed this up. Getting close. Look at this one. List 5 is stocks to avoid or stocks that have already broken down. Sometimes I'll stash a stock in here just to watch what happens. Look at this. Look at this horrible breakdown. This went from being a great stock in 2022, 2023. Now it's just horrible. Just god awful. This one here is setting up for a short, but not there yet. Keep an eye on it. Another lousy tech company on this one. Any setups to short maybe? Because remember, these are the weak companies. No. This stock here is my pick for the stock contest. As soon as I picked it, splat. So yeah, in my face. It's so annoying. CVX coming back a little bit. Pink bar here and pink bar on a bad stock already. Yeah, that's probably going down more. There's signals. Oh, IoT. Investors love this stock. I think the market cap is way too high for what they do. It's also got 535 million shares outstanding. It's a big fat whale. And big fat whales usually don't do much in the market. This one, pink bar signal with a box breakdown. Yeah, pass. You could short it, but you know, there are longs who just love it. So if you wanted it, you could go for it. Nothing showing there. Nothing really sticking out. Look at that. Big white bar sell signal. Investors were blowing money out. And then because the market's so good, it softly rebounds here back to the top of the box. Frustrating to all the sellers. But is it going to continue going up way higher? I would doubt it. If we run into any trouble, this thing's probably coming back down to 100. PLTR, another big fat whale, 2 billion shares outstanding. God. It's like an oil super tanker. It's impossible to move. No thank you. Right? Just nothing standing out in here. All right, let's go to the last list and we'll wrap it up. Sideways. More sideways. Sideways. A little bit of a breakout, but Sting would be the one on that one. Some action. Positive, but yet it's in this big giant box, so not really going anywhere. Sideways. There's that pink bar. Oh, we should put this in list 5. I think it's already there. This is annoying. Facebook keeps going higher. Steel. Working on the box. So see in terms of, SoFi. Retail investors love this one. But look at that. That is a bearish shooter bar. What might happen? We might have a box breakdown on this one. Nothing yet. This really isn't a defined box at the moment. It's sort of a premature one, but that's a bearish signal bar. Oh, another pink bar. Pay attention. And this one moving up. All right, so that's it for the stock charts. But notice how we're tying it together. We've looked at indexes. We know that this bar here is a little not too exciting. We've seen some signals show up that might be bearish or warning signals. So are we as bullish as we were 3 weeks ago? No. Are things potentially changing? Yes, but only potentially. So this is how you bring your interpretations together to paint a potential picture of what's going on. Last thing we're going to look at is the latest S&P 500 growth estimates. Now I'm going to bring your eyes up here to the top. This data is dated as January 24th, only 3 days ago. The S&P is 10% reported. We've got a lot of companies reporting this upcoming week, so this is going to change rapidly, and hopefully they all do really well. S&P closed here at 48.90.97 on Friday, and here are the current estimates right here with the current future growth. It averages 14.2%. Now, 14.2% growth is pretty good, but the question remains, how much are we paying for that growth on a price to earnings? Well, currently we are in bubble territory right now here, as we see on our handy guide, which I created, but the market is forward looking. So we're really looking at the orange line. The PE is 24.95. Greater than 25 is a bubble on my scale. So we are basically banging at the top level of the market in terms of valuation. The market is expensive. But let's compare this with the forward PE. Forward PE is not as expensive, 21 versus 24.95, but forward PE is based on the estimates, what it thinks it's going to come in. When these numbers change after this week, this might improve and look even better, or it might go the opposite way and look worse. Hopefully it improves and looks better. So this is how you can read, is this market expensive? Is it cheap? And what the forward growth viewpoint looks like. Right now, my interpretation is at S&P 500, 48.90 spot 97. In my opinion, we are quite expensive. Not historically expensive, but for a quote normal type market, we're expensive. And I'll show you one last thing and then we'll wrap. If you look here, COVID, trailing PE was high because the market went a little nuts. Once we enter more stable growth periods, did the market ever hit greater than 25 during all these periods? No, it did not. In fact, where did it come down? The last time it went above that was 2009. So to be in the 25 zone is a little bit rare in my opinion, and also a potential danger zone. But hopefully the earnings come in good and we don't have any of these problems. So with that, we'll wrap up, and I hope everybody watches the football games today. Go 49ers, and have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.